So today it's all about fast forwarding the clock because time is money, and every click gives us 1 second of time advancement. At least it does until we increase the power by 2 times. So let me just fast forward this to 2 minutes so it looks nicer. So now we can click and get 4 seconds each time, which definitely should not go into 60 evenly, but it's doing that. Amazing. And every time we fill up this bar at the bottom, these little bubbles show up that give us a lot of advancement. It's already been 8 minutes. Not really, I've just been recording for 1.5 minutes. But we can get some sundials, so that gives us idle time every second, and the hourglass gives us a little bit more. So now we're collecting 32 clocks every second, or I guess time bucks is what they're called. And it also means that the second hand spins around a lot faster as well. Plus we can increase the clock speed. So now 1 second means nothing anymore, since that's not really what we're measuring in. Like, we are measuring in it, but look, there's like 3 seconds going by at a time. Really gives a new meaning to that whole time is relative thing. But now we're getting 63 every second, so it's a minute every second. And I do love seeing these time bubbles float by because it's 400 each time we do that. So now we're already up to 5,000, and we've already collected an hour's worth of time. Amazing. Just need to fill up this meter 1 more time, collect all the little bubbles, and then we can afford a water clock, whatever that means. And I can increase the power of the click, so we're doing 16 every time, and it's really making the second hand go dizzy. And get another water clock, 305 every second. So now we could really sit back if we wanted to, but that means we don't get the bubbles floating by. And I wonder how many sundials I can get with all of this money. Quite a bit. Now we're getting 24 per second just from those. I just wish I could fill up the meter faster, and did I only get 400 from both of those bubbles? I don't think it's supposed to work like that, but I can get some more from the bubbles. 15% more. Oh, and now it costs $1 billion to do that again. Gross. Let's just get another hourglass. And now we're getting 426 from all the bubbles, which means we can get more water clocks, as weird as they are. Now we got a nice amount of time bucks coming in every second. Why is it time bucks? And now 882. I'm really missing the math here, but the number is getting bigger, so that's math that I can agree with. And we can make the clock speed up yet again and increase the power of the clicks. So we're getting 32, and look at the second hand. It's just really chopping back and forth like da, 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 da. So if I just increase the clicking power 1 more time, then that should be 64 every click, and now it's really advancing the minute hand. Look at it go. Ooh, now the bubbles are giving 1,000 for all of them. Very good. And we should be getting 1,000 every second. 1,000 even, wow. I did not plan that. Already, I'd say this is the most time-consuming clicker I've seen. Get it? Because time, we're literally buying time. Just a few more of these bubbles giving 16, 17 every one of them. And then we can afford a fire clock now. So we had water, fire, we just need earth and air. Unless the hourglass counts as earth. Also, what in the heck does a fire clock even mean? It's just a piece of paper that burns? Oh, it's a candle, I see. Not sure who came up with that idea, but that sounds very expensive. Probably why it costs 86,000, but it's giving us an extra 1,000 every time. Aha, and there we advance the clock a full day. And all this income means that I can make the clock go even faster. And these bubbles give us 5,000 for each of them now. Very good. And we can double our clicking power again. Oh, or do I get a metrodome? Metrodome? Metronome. Metrodome doesn't exist anymore. And I do enjoy getting 9,000 every second and increasing the clicky power gives us 128 per click. So now we're really advancing the clock by a couple minutes at a time and getting 11,000 from the bubbles. I love it. So I can get another metronome and get 14,000 every second. But if I buy enough of these, that might increase it to 15. Not quite. I just gotta do this and maybe a little more. There we go. 15,000 every second. And we can make the clock go faster yet again. So now all of these upgrades over here cost $1 million. We'll wait on those. And I just noticed that each of these purchases really advance the meter down here. I like it. So there is some incentive to buy a lot of them at once. And we are getting very close to day number 2 on the clock. And there it is, 2 days with 34,000 from each of those bubbles. And we can get a round wall clock. It looks just like this one. That's crazy. Round wall clocks get all the attention. Where's my square wall clocks? Ooh, but we do have $1 million in the bank. I I didn't even realize that. So now we can buy one of these. Let's go ahead and get extra bonus from the bubbles. And buying a metrodome should get us, oh, close to the bubbles. There it is, 61,000 for each of them. Very good. Now I just need to get to 1,000,000 one more time so I can increase the clicking power for 256. Even the hour hand now is starting to get some momentum. And we can give the whole clock even more momentum with more clock speed. And now another wall clock gives us 52,000 every second. And now another one gets the purchase needed above 1,000,000. Okay, now that we have 2,000,000 clocks, let's see how many sundials that'll get us. And the answer is a lot. Wow. That's already 10 times more expensive than the hourglass. And that advanced the meter again for even more bubbles for 92,000 from those. And it is very easy to get 1,000,000 now for another wall clock. And there's 100,000 from the bubbles, 106,000. Ooh, and 3,000,000 gets us the alarm clock. Oh, what do you know? There is a square wall clock. I promise I did not know that was there. But now that I know it is, I'm like, I need it. Ooh, we can increase the clicking power again. So that gets us 512. And now look at the hour hand go, especially with more clock speed. And then another alarm clock and another one, 792,000 per bubble and getting 500,000 every second. Good. And with that kind of buying power, we can get the square wall clock. And it gives us 1,000,000 per second. So much so that the ticker actually broke. I can't read it anymore. Like, actually. Ooh, but 2.9 million for all of those. I like it. Let's just get even more millions and get an alarm clock for a nice price. Nice. So now we can eventually, actually right now, upgrade the alarm clock to give us 1,000,000 per second. So now we have to do the math over here to figure out how much it is, or we just watch the number go up. And that looks to be about 4,000,000 every second. Let's just increase that. Okay, let's look a little bit ahead here what we got. We got a timer coming up, a watch, cuckoo clock. Not sure what that is, a pocket watch, grandfather clock. I'm willing to bet that the last one is literally just like a smartwatch. But in order to buy that, we need billion, quadrillion, quintillion. Oh, that's an O. For octillion. We're gonna see octillion in here? What? But hey, for now, let's get the timer for 500 million, which gives us 50 million every second and 80 million from the bubbles. We can actually increase their bonus even more and get some even more clicking power and more speed. So now we're getting 4,000 every click. Wow. And we have now accumulated 1 billion total clocks or time bucks, whatever it is, we have 1 billion of it. And we're getting 89 million from the individual bubbles, although this is still taking quite a bit to get to 8 billion. So let's just go ahead and buy some more timers, which gives us 300 million just from that. Oh boy. And increase clock speed even more. Oh man, it's really cruising now. Look at that. It's going so fast, it's doing the thing where it's like the second hand is going backwards. And now we can get the wristwatch. That gives us 750 million time bucks per second. That in total is giving us 1 billion every second. That is ridiculous, especially now that it's doing that on purpose. Hey, it came back. 1.8 billion every second. Very cool. When the numbers get so big, even the game can't comprehend it. Oh my gosh, look at that go. The second hand might not even exist in a little bit. We can see 3 of them here. I wonder if it's gonna get to the point where we only see 1. But hey, let's get the cuckoo clock for 4 billion every second. Oh, this is getting crazy. Oh, now there's 5 of them. And we can just keep buying a lot of wristwatches because the money just keeps coming back so fast. And we're getting 20 billion from the bubbles. That is insane. Let's increase the clicking power. So that gives us 32,000. And now we have reached the point of every clicker game where clicking really doesn't make a difference. Okay, we're gonna speed up the clock again. Where does the second hand go? Whoa, okay, now it's really scooting backwards. I love it when they do that. Also, the upgrades over here are starting to cost a quadrillion. Oh, we're getting crazy. And I just bought a lot of cuckoo clocks right there. 28 billion from that. I don't know what it is. The game just keeps giving me money and I just keep buying clocks. And also we've accumulated a month over here. Hold on, wait, 1 month and 47 days? Shouldn't that be another month in there? Where does the month begin? Ah, it's 1 month total, accounting for 60 days. I see, so 60 days means 2 months. That's what that means. A little confusing. But also, what's gonna happen when we get to 12 months here? Just an entire year of speeding up the clock. And we can also get a fireplace clock that gives 80 billion every second. And wait, did that just cost a quadrillion there? Ah, I got a quadrillion. Nice. Speed up the clock again. Whee! So we need to get to 360 days for this to reach a year. Thankfully, we can speed up the clock yet again to do that. And now I feel like we're reaching the point where the minute hand is going to do the moving backwards thing. That'd be fun to watch. And speaking of watch, let's just go ahead and buy a bunch of those. And I just started buying the cuckoo clocks because my hand slipped. But now we're getting 450 billion from the bubbles. More wristwatches. Now that costs a quadrillion. We're about to make this accumulate quadrillion every second. It's gonna happen. I can definitely tell it's gonna happen. And the bubbles will soon give us quadrillion every time. Hey, 12 months, there it is, a year. We have a year on the clock now, and it's not even slowing down. And there it is, the bubbles are giving us quadrillion. Oh, it's lovely to see. Let's just go ahead and make the clock run at ludicrous speeds. There's the 3 again, going backwards. That's hypnotizing, honestly. And now the clock is advancing 4 hours at a time, roughly. Hey, and now we can get a pocket watch that adds 3.6 quadrillion per second. Oh, it's good to see this number back because it is ridiculous. I'm sorry, long case clock. Where I come from, those are grandfathers. And also, I don't know if you recognize just how many cuckoo clocks I'm buying right now. Oh boy, 262,000 per click. How many minutes is that? Okay, 262,000 divided by 60 seconds in a minute, 4,000 minutes, and 60 minutes in an hour, 72 hours. 3 days every click. Now that is some chrono power. I have to buy me a few more pocket watches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pocket watches. And that's giving us 3.2 quadrillion per second. 8 pocket watches. Do I hear 9 pocket watches? 9 pocket watches. Also a better bonus from the time bubbles because 100 quadrillion. Fancy that. And also fancy that we're getting quintillion money in our pockets right now. Oh, that is beautiful. And now we have 2 months on our side. Wait, 2 years. That's what I mean. Actually, it's more than that. 4 years. I'm losing track of the math here, but hey, long case. That's definitely the grandfather clock. I don't know where you got that. But once we get 2 quintillion, we can get another one and another one. 329 quadrillion every second. Oh, that is beautiful. How about another? And now I can't even tell the second hand and the minute hand apart anymore. How about they go faster? Whee! And faster yet, and faster again and again. Oh my goodness, the hour hand is doing the speedy uppy thing. And now we have a nice amount of months accumulated. And we can get even more as long as we keep buying grandfather clocks. I refuse to call them long case clocks, but hey, 1.6 quintillion from the bubbles. Beautiful. And we're almost at a quintillion every second. There it is. Hey, yes. And then we'll get to the point where we can buy more clock speed right here. Oh, look at the minute hand. It's doing the 3 thing. Oh, wow, that is cool. And the hour hand and the second hand kind of get in sync for a little bit. And then they just kind of fall out. It's like, oh, wow. Okay, I'm looking at OBS and it kind of shows up on the video. So I'm glad you guys can appreciate this. It's like those bot comments that are just like, can we appreciate how much time this person puts into making these videos? Look at how much time I'm putting in, 87, 88 months. And also look at how much time I'm getting out of it. TIMEBUCKS, that is. Enough that we can buy a street clock that gives 2 quintillion every second off of that. Next we can just straight up buy Big Ben. London must be really hitting on hard times if they're putting up Big Ben for sale. But also that costs 5 sextillion monies. Also, how many times can I buy this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? 5 increases to the power clicks. And that's giving us 8.3 million every click. I don't even know how many years this is. I love that it doesn't even start to worry about years. It's just like, yeah, you get a lot of months. But now we're getting 22 quintillion just from the street clocks. So now we're starting to see the number go up quickly again. Oh boy, I've lost track of the hour hand now. Just gotta let this go for a bit, and there's 1 sextillion TIMEBUCKS. And it's gonna take even longer to get to 5 of those. So let's just go ahead and buy more speed. So when can I see 100 quintillion every time? It's gonna take quite a bit probably, but we're getting there. 40 quintillion every second and almost 100 quintillion for each of those bubbles. Thankfully, I can just wait a little bit, which is very ironic for this game. And now I can buy Big Ben. That gives 240 quintillion every second. Oh my goodness. Ooh, we can speed up the clock again and get some more clicks. But now, how many Big Bens do I need to buy a digital watch? Well, I can buy another one right now. So now we're getting half a sextillion every second. That's making the number go up quite a bit. I just need to keep doing that. And oh yes, 1.2 sextillion every second. Yes! It's not even worth clicking this to fill up the meter because the purchases just do so much more. Plus I can do them in a very reasonable amount of time. But I suppose I can click the clock to fill up the meter once and then get 4 sextillion from the bubbles, and we almost have enough for a digital watch. Although I could just spend some money to speed up the clock again. I think I'll do that. Now the minute hand is doing the backwards thing. Look at it go. Actually, I think that's the hour hand doing that. Oh, that's getting weird to try and decipher. If you can slow down the footage, you might be able to tell, but I wouldn't worry about it. I'm just gonna keep buying a bunch of Big Bens so we can get 3 of those small S's every second. Thankfully, enough of my life has been drained away by this game. I can buy a digital watch that says 1405 on it. What is that, 205? But that really boosts the time per second. I love it. And next one is a smartphone. Wow, imagine that. After that, looks like a Fitbit and then probably a smartwatch. We just gotta speed up time even more and get 40 sextillion every second just from this, and then everything else kind of follows. And now we're doing good enough we can buy the Big Bens fairly often. But I mostly just want the digital watches right now. And I'm also just buying a whole bunch of street clocks because I hope to change this Q to an S. But I'll just get a lot of S's from the time bubbles and speeding up the clock. And then we can also do things like change a small Q on the pocket watches to a big Q. And now we wait long enough and we get septillion monies. 4 of them. Now we could just sit here for a little bit longer until we can buy a smartphone for 10 of those. But let's just see how many digital watches we can get. We're almost getting 100 small S's every second, but that is what we're doing when it's all added up. So we should be seeing the 10 a lot sooner. We also have more than 100 years on this timer down here. So I'd say we're doing pretty well for ourselves, especially by just buying a few more digital watches. And now we can get 600 additional sextillions every second. Let's just make it do even more crazy stuff. Whoa! Hope you weren't keeping track of the hour hand because it is gone. But now we can go ahead and get 2 phones and just really boost the meter at the bottom every time we do this. I do want to see how many more things the bubbles give us when we do this. 5 septillion for all of them. Wow. That would say 10, but that's 1 octillion. This is getting crazy. I don't think I've seen an idle game get this high of numbers. And also the fact that the smartphones give us so much each time is so good. Oh, hey, I was right. Fitness bracelet. And the last one is definitely gonna be a smartwatch. I can already see it happening. But hey, now our clicks are giving us 2 billion, which is still not even putting a dent in this. Goodness gracious. I just like making a clock go fast, and it's going so fast you can finally see the hour hand again. It is kind of crazy how fast things do that. Like first you can't perceive it and then you do because it's going so fast. And we are so close to getting 10 septillion every second. But at least we can increase our clicking power for a nice amount. 4.2 billion still does nothing. And there, 10 septillion every second. Oh, there it is, the fitness bracelet, giving us an additional 5 septillion every second. And did I tell you? Smartwatch. It always ends with the smartwatches. And we're actually close to getting our first octillion. Don't need to wait as long as I thought we would. And there it is, 1 octillion. It just looks like 10. I have 10, but that's enough for another bonus from the bubbles. Now we just need to get up to the amount that I need to see the bubbles, which the meter was all the way at the bottom. Oh boy. Thankfully, the smartphone should allow us to build up the meter a bunch. Okay, not as much as I thought it would. I don't even know how many years this is. Are we close to 1,000 years? I feel like we're getting close to 1,000 years. Wait, what am I saying? We're well past 1,000 years. So century, millennia, how long is an eon? An eon is 1 billion years. Okay, we might not see that, but we can see another fitness bracelet, which is good. 25 septillion every second. And now the fitness bracelets cost, oh, not quite an octillion, but almost there. Also, this meter over here still isn't filled up for the bubbles, so let's just go ahead and do that. And they give us almost 100 septillion for each of them. Very good. And there's another octillion for us, which means fitness bracelets now cost 1.1 octillion. Okay, octillion is a lot more feasible than I thought, which means that at least we can buy the extra clock speed increase just to make the hands go crazy again. And I can buy a lot of sundials with all the money that I have. It actually seems like it'd be feasible to collect the bubbles that way. Maybe. I mean, it bumps us back to the octillion amounts, so that's a good thing. And the round wall clocks actually give us a lot of meter to work with. Wow. And so do the alarm clocks right there. Maybe it's about new stuff? I really don't know. But at least we're able to spend a small amount of money in order to get a lot more bubbles, which means that we can collect the time bucks a lot sooner. And there's slow again on the cuckoo clock. Maybe it's just about how many you've actually purchased. Not too sure, but now they're all given kind of a small amount, so that was fun while it lasted. And I also like just buying as many of these fitness bracelets as possible, so we can see 62 septillion every second. And now the fitness bracelets themselves are giving us 54 septillion every second for a combined total of 80, give or take. And the time bubbles are giving us 230 septillion for each of those. I suppose we could save them up if we just keep clicking the clock to fill up the meter this way. Not for the amount of time bucks that it gives us, but for the meter to fill up. And we can also get more fitness bracelets that way, so that when we do that, the bubbles give us even more. Although my goodness, even with all of these clicks, it still takes a meter a long time to fill up. Thankfully it's worth it though. And now I'm seeing more octillions than I could before. And all that can go away when I speed up the clock one more time, because it's just fun to do. And we're so close to 100 septillion every second. At least the fitness bracelets are giving us a nice amount. I might not buy any more than that. And I don't need to do this for very long in order to get to 30 octillion, because once I get to that point, I can buy the smartwatch. And that's the last one on the list. Buy all the watches, I did it. And then the only achievement I have left is take advantage of the reset bonus, which I can definitely do, and I only needed 7 days to do that. Right now I have a lot of days, which is that many months. And how many years is that? 439, 495. Oh man, the number's going up too fast. 4, 3, 1, 0. Let's just go 0, 0, 0. 4.3 million months is how many years? 359,000 years. Oh boy. We've been at this for a long while, but I think it's time that we reset. And everything reset, including the game settings. Wow. But now it's just all the way back down to one click gives one thing, and it only advances the clock by 1 second. Oh boy. But also, where's the 2 times bonus, eh? Not really seeing it happen here, but oh, there it is. We just need to buy stuff. So we're already, oh, wow. Wow. That's a quick way to collect money. Oh my goodness, we're already all the way down to alarm clocks and getting, oh my goodness. It got crazy so fast. 1 billion from the bubbles already. What am I doing? I'm just speed running my way to the smartwatch. Just gotta get through all of them lickety split. And I'm already into the octillions, which means that the smartwatch isn't too far behind. Wait, come back, I spent too much. There it is, I did it. And I can't even reset because I need 350 days on that. Well, at least I have a lot of money to spend on the clicking bonus increase. And also just a whole lot of time right there. There's the clock speeding up. That's what I like to see. And oh look, 350 days, wow. Crazy how that happens. So now you just do this again with a ×4 bonus, and it just gets crazier and crazier. Look at that, I have enough money to buy this clock, but I don't have it unlocked yet, so I need to go through the list in order. There, so now I have everything again, and about to hit, what is even the 9 equivalent of all this? Octillion, 1N. We got 1N. Now I just wanna see all this get poured into clock speed. There it goes, it's speeding up, going turbo speed. And we've already collected 500 months in the time it took to do that. Oh, this game is crazy, and I've only been playing for an hour and a half. That's pretty fun. And on that note, I do hope you guys enjoyed this video. It was a great time, if you know what I'm saying. Anyway, sub to Intern. And thank you channel members including Bread, Mr. Cripple 1, Ancient Elixir 1, Corby Farm, Dakota C, Donamoto, Devion X, Muffin Stuffer, Lucas S, Splatter Sacks, Real Nickname, Edward, Hateful Harold, Peggy Sue, Droop Along, TJ, Seriously Sarcastic, Angels, Lily Bites, Levi, and The Miner Within.